Hey guys, Everything NFL here, and today I am back with a brand new video going over if can the Minnesota Vikings go all the way in 2020 and finally win that elusive Super Bowl that the franchise has failed to win. And quickly before we get into the video, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for the support recently on the channel. It's been fantastic. Currently standing at, I believe, 44 subscribers, on the road to 50 subscribers. So I hope you guys can take the time out of your day and go down and subscribe, and also like the video and turn on notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And without much more messing about, let's get right into the video. Can the Minnesota Vikings do better with their NFC divisional loss to San Francisco and make it all the way to the Super Bowl in 2020? Do they have the team to do that? We'll be going over that in today's video. Under centre, the Vikings have Kirk Cousins, who is a good starter in my opinion, brings a lot to the table, a good accuracy, great awareness, a really good arm as well, brings a lot to the table, and just football IQ and intelligence. He brings a lot to the table, but he still shows signs of inconsistency every now and then, and that's something he has to clean up on, and he's done that in recent years, and it's held the Vikings back a bit. But he just signed a new contract with Minnesota, but I believe we still have a good 4 or 5 years left of Kirk Cousins yet, and the best Kirk Cousins that we can see. And at running back, the Vikings have one of the most NFL's electrifying running backs today in Dalvin Cook, who in 2019 established himself as one of the league's best runners. He's a franchise cornerstone that you would like to build the offense around. The former Florida State product had an absolute insane year. I believe he made the Pro Bowl. He was fantastic, and I can't wait to see him in 2020. But he recently turned down a contract offer from Minnesota, and he said he was insulted by the offer. He's currently holding out for a new deal. So how much is he going to get? Will Minnesota want to pay him? Will he be in Minnesota next season? Only time will tell. And at wide receiver, they have Adam Thielen, who is a refined #1 wide receiver when fully healthy, one of the league's best, and I'm sure he will be able to destroy opposing corners and safeties like he always does, with those amazing hand abilities, route running, and just being able to get open. And they also have rookie LSU wide receiver Justin Jefferson, who was an absolute pleasure to watch in LSU in college for my favourite team, which is LSU. Played him in the slot for most of the season, and he was arguably the best college receiver last season. I know that's a big thing to say, but I have no doubt in my mind Justin Jefferson was the best receiver in college last season. Fantastic weapon coming out of the slot, and I cannot wait to see what he does in the NFL. I have high expectations for Jefferson, as I think he can replace Stephon Diggs' production and be a fantastic piece on this mini offense. And they also have solid depth players, the wide receivers 3s and 4s in Tajay Sharp and Chad Beebe. At tight end, they have a fantastic duo, starting with the veteran Cole Rudolph, who continues to be one of the most overlooked tight ends in football. And without him, the Vikings would not have made the divisional round, because he made a fantastic touchdown catch that was helping them beat the New Orleans Saints in the wildcard round as they progressed. And they also have second-year option in Irv Smith Jr., who is getting better and looks like he can become a solid #1 tight end. And along the offensive line, they have decent options at tackle, such as Riley Reif and Ezra Cleveland. Ezra Cleveland's a rookie out of Boise State, second-round pick. I cannot wait to see how he does in Minnesota. I feel like he was severely underrated coming out of the draft. I feel like he could have gone in the first round. I'm extremely happy to see he is on a really good team like Minnesota. And at guard, they have Pat Elflein, who is also a good guard. He doesn't really bring too much to the table anymore, but he's young. I think he's younger, but he's got a lot of time to grow and develop, and I think he will. And now at centre, they have Garrett Bradbury, who I believe is out of NC State, but don't judge me on that. But he's going into his second season. He had a steady year 1, but should develop into one of the league's best centres in year 2. Because if you're taking a centre in the first round, you are expecting a lot of production, like the Lions did with Frank Ragnow. He's very good. The Bengals did it with Billy Price. He hasn't really played too much. He's been injured. He's been pretty poor. But I think Garrett Bradbury is going to be a fantastic centre for Minnesota for years and years to come. Now, let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. At safety, Mini have one of the best in the NFL in Harrison Smith, who is one of them unique players that can read the game like a book and knows what play is going to happen before it even does. He's just got that eye for the game. He comes down and plays in the box a lot, but he's very confident in his abilities, and you can see why with just how great he is on the field. At free safety, they have Anthony Harris, he's 27, he's been at the team for 4 years, he was undrafted. He broke out in 2019, had a fantastic season, and is playing under the franchise tag in 2020, and should add to his fantastic 2019 campaign and prove to be one of the best free safeties in the league. I rate Anthony Harris a lot, and I cannot wait to see how he does with Minnesota next season. Now, at linebacker, they have Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, and Ben Gideon, who will makes up a fine trio, but they also have 4th round pick Troy Dye, who I actually expect to play a lot out of Oregon. I expect him to play a lot and be a great feature for Mike Zimmer and his defense. Although most of these players are closing in on 30, except from Troy Dye. The defense is looking a little bit old, and it looks like it's going to need a rebuild soon. The defensive line was absolutely ravaged. I know they've now got Michael Pierce and Danielle Hunter, but other than that, the team is just not as good, and I just don't think that the defense is what's going to be to carry this team forward. I think it'll be the offense is what brings this team to the next level. At cornerback, they also have TCU rookie Jeff Gladney, who they will be expected to come out and make an impact almost immediately after the loss of Xavier Rhodes, who looked pretty washed last season, and Trey Waynes, who's now with the Cincinnati Bengals, signed a 3-year, $42 million deal with Cincinnati. He looks like he's going to be a good pickup for them. It's too much money, in my opinion, to give someone like Trey Waynes, but who knows, who am I to say? They also have former first-round pick Mike Hughes, who's going to be expected to make a big jump in 2020 after becoming known more as a sort of like average sort of starter for the team. And they also have good young depth in Holton Hill, who should improve vastly in 2020 and take on a bigger role in the defense. So in my eyes, you could see a good 3 of Jeff Gladney, Mike Hughes, and Holton Hill playing a lot in 2020, and I think that's going to be great for them. And on the defensive line, they have one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the NFL in Michael Pierce. It was a fantastic addition to the Minnesota defensive line. He should be fantastic for them in 2020 after coming over from Baltimore. I think he also signed a 3-year, 3 years, $40 million, so it's a good deal. But he should be fantastic for him. And they also have Shamar Stephen, who, in my opinion, is not very good at all. And Jaleel Johnson, who is also not very good, in my opinion. But they don't have much at D-tackle outside of that, which is why I think Minnesota need to make a play to try and bring Everson Griffin back or someone like that, because this team needs defensive line extremely badly. At defensive end, they have Danielle Hunter, who's one of the best defensive ends in football and should be fantastic in 2020 for many years forward. But Danielle Hunter is one of my favourite defensive players in the NFL. I think he's fantastic. I cannot wait to see him wreak havoc in the NFC North for years and years and years to come. How do I think the Vikings will do in 2020? I think they're the second best team in the division behind Green Bay. I think we're all expecting Green Bay to win the division. But with the extended playoffs, I'm expecting Minnesota to make a run in the wild card. I think they'll get to the wild card round, but who knows? I just personally right now don't see them having what they need to go on a Super Bowl run and win it. So that's my opinion. I think they're going to finish second. I think they're going to get in the postseason, but I don't know if they have it in them to go all the way to the Super Bowl. And that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like and also subscribe, as all support is greatly, greatly appreciated. My Instagram will be in the description if you want to go follow me on there. And also turn on notifications on this YouTube channel so you never ever miss an upload. I'll be back Wednesday with a rankings list, and it'll probably be a top 5 or something. I'm not too sure yet. But I'll be back Wednesday with a brand new video. See you later, guys.